Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck. And finally it's time. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can tell from the title, they're definitely not the thumbnail, maybe if you read the description, but it's time to reveal the 2023 Figure of the Year. Now, there were a few contenders. I know a lot of people picked Armada Optimus Prime from the Commander class, and as I said in that review, it's a fantastic figure. But for me, having now become a fan of the anime Go Gai Gar, I now know whereas the Cab is a great Optimus Prime figure, the total package is really more of an homage to Go Gai Gar. Um, Another contender was Commander Class Ultra Magnus. And I'll be very honest, I did not get a chance to review that figure before the end of the year. And when I've heard it's fantastic, but like a few of the Commander class figures we've gotten lately, it really doesn't do anything that couldn't have been done at a leader class price point. And for me, the big judge of what a figure of the year is the price versus value you get for it. So, without further ado, my figure of the year is Studio Series Core Class Rise of the Beast Noah Diaz in its exosuit. This is a figure that is very simple. But the designers knew that. So they packed in, they knew it had to come hard to play, and it did that. There's a lot of fun here. There's a lot of posability. It's just a fun desk toy. I mean, since I reviewed this figure, it has been sitting on my desk, and I've just pick it up, full pose it, move around with it. Now, besides um, revealing this as the figure of the year, we're also going to be doing a little bit of an update because thanks to one of you guys, one of my viewers, Dracosaurus, for pointing out a few things. I actually, and also on my own, I discovered a few extra things that I'm not really sure I mentioned in the original review. I just want to point it out. And to start things off, we're going to there's something about when you're transforming the figure. And I might have mentioned this in passing, but there on the back here of the figure, just pop them off here. I had mentioned this little peg hole, which I said was for a stand. Well, it could be, but also on the bottom right here on the drone part uh, is a little peg. And really, what happens is, and this really helps secure things into place, that peg comes down and actually pegs into the hole on the back of the waist. And that secures the waist into place and helps with the placement of when you bring the legs up and then, securing the arms and stuff of that nature. So, I mean, it's actually something that I think it'll just do it naturally. It'll peg in there, but if you notice that it's a little loose or there's a gap there, make sure that uh, waist hole is pegging into place. The next thing, and I think I kind of touched upon this, but Dracosaurus really like hammered it home for me that how I didn't catch this before. On the blaster here, that's a 5 millimeter port. Now, we've talked about in the video that there's the 5 millimeter peg here, that if you can actually have larger robots hold this as a weapon. Well, in the instructions, they show the drone being used as a shield. Well, one thing I didn't think about is just bring the arm up like this, transform it back into its full mode, or you can even leave it folded up Noah can hang off the bottom like he's dropping into battle. I mean, you can really, again, there's plenty of joints and everything. You know, he could just drop right in there. I mean, that's cool. That's really fantastic. Now, unfortunately, holding it as a shield, the joints, it does make Noah a little off balance. But holding it like this, no problem. So there's like that extra little bit of display that you can do. Um, so that is kind of cool. The final thing, and I think this came from somebody off of Twitter. Um, Now we all know that can wear the backpack as a jetpack. Well, what I didn't catch, and this really, I mean, in terms of display, if you take a look at the blaster, there are little nubbins right on either side of, right above the actual silver part. And if you look on the tail fins here, there are little grooves. Well, if you line up those nubbins with the grooves, just like so, number one, you have weapon storage. But number two, that actually becomes the thruster for uh, the jetpack. So again, if you have blast effects, you can actually pose Noah as it's taking off and hovering or whatever. And I mean, depending on the size of the blast effects, you can actually have the figure stand on its own like that. That just blew my mind. I mean, that really brings home the play value for this figure. I mean, the posability was there. I mean, I mean, it was a transformation. I mean, the color pop and everything, but just that last bit, I mean, that really opens up the display possibilities for this figure. Which, by the way, because I brought it up in the original review, this is actually much bigger than the modern Diaclone figure for the Dionauts that's Takara is selling. So there's no cross compatibility there. I'm actually very curious to see when Takara releases this, are they going to do like a better paint scheme, something different? Like I actually wouldn't mind getting this figure done in the original G1 Spike and Daniel exosuit colors. I just think that could be cool. And really, this is what makes a figure of the year is the fact that even months after getting it, holding it, you can still have fun with it. So yeah, I'm going to end the video there and just say thank you so much again for watching. As I've been saying through the videos that we've been doing, the year ended very well for me, and I appreciate it. And we're starting off okay, but I think that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, um, I'm pretty sure Noah is still available on Amazon and other online retailers and probably can still be found in brick and mortar retail as the stores are slow to restock. So just keep an eye out for it, enjoy it. Um, and again, thanks for watching. Let's 2024 is the 40th anniversary of Transformers, as well as a few other things. I believe this is also the 40th anniversary of the ongoing G.I. Joe cartoon, um, and a couple sitcoms that we grew up with. But it's also, I think, the 35th anniversary of Ninja Turtles. So we have a lot of things to celebrate this year. So let's make it a good year. This is your old pal Chuck. Yeah, I'm skipping the whole usual diatribe. Once again, for figure of the year, Noah Diaz in its exosuit. We will see you next time.